Hi and welcome to all the racing enthusiasts joining us around the globe. Pre-recorded show for Friday, which takes place at Fairview. We are racing on the poly track and we are recording early doors on Thursday morning. Joining me on the line, none other than Grant Paddock. Firstly, Grant, how are you doing? And secondly, what do you make of the card?
Morning, Sheldon. Morning, punters. Yeah, all good this side, can't complain. Weather's been okay, no problems there. Card is very difficult. It's not going to be easy. It's quite a competitive card. I do expect the exotics to pay quite well, and hopefully we can put the punters on the right horses tomorrow.
Well, talking about the right horses in race number 1, looking at number 9, Haphazard, the daughter of Global View from the Alan Greef stable. Richard Fourie jumps aboard after Kelvin Abib rode this individual first time out. There was a promising introduction, just seemed to lose touch between the 8 and the 400 and then started to gain momentum.
Yeah, 100%. Lovely filly. This only Greenness had beat her first time out. Very nice filly. She's picked the right race to win this race, and she should win very comfortably. It was limited odds at 4 to 10, but she's my nap for the day and definitely the best bet. Other horses to consider in the race, House of Sussex and the Hat Man have got some steady form. They should be there and thereabouts, but they have been well tried. And then the first timer from the Kelly Mitchell yard, Silver Surfer, believe he's putting up some decent work, and I expect him to be in the top 3. But I'm very, very solid on the 9. I'm tipping at 9, 2, 1 and 8 with my nap, the 9 on the day.
That'll take us on to race number 2. And in the second race, this is your suggested bet, which will be the opening leg of the bar pot. And if I'm correct, your numbers are 5 and 8, Laugh Till I Cry and Opera Verse. And a horse like number 5, Laugh Till I Cry, when she came out first time at Scottsville, the dogs were barking. They said she could run. A little bit disappointing.
Yeah, the first run here was actually very, very good. You have a very soft introduction to racing in the Eastern Cape, ran on very nicely, got a good draw. I actually do think she needs a touch further than this 1300, but she's got the right kind of a field here, and I think she's a major, major runner. Opera Verse, her biggest danger from the Duncan McKenzie yard. Duncan's horses are running very, very well. Only 55 on her back, and Dennis knows the poly track extremely well. She's probably the biggest danger to Laugh Till I Cry. And then the likes of Green Light Dancer now moved over to the Greef yard. That's the favourite with Richard Fourie up. And a million reasons to fill up the back end of quartets. I'm tipping at 8, 5, 6 and 7, and my bipot numbers are 5 and 8.
Super. Let's move on to race number 3. And I'd like to say it's an easy contest, but when you see an open maiden over 1,900 meters and you look at the structuring of the weights, Grant, it's not that easy.
No, it's never easy. It's never easy, irrespective of the race. But yeah, once again, yeah, you've got number 1, Rania Munt. See, there's been money for it from the Kelly Mitchell yard, drawn out at 12. Going to have a lot to do from there. They've got the blinkers on now for the first time. Hopefully, Richard Fourie can get this horse over. He doesn't really show much gate speed and doesn't help the jockey much. So hopefully, the blinkers do the trick. My value bet on the day comes in this race in number 5. He's a goal from the Mitchell yard, having his third run after a rest. In super form, 14 to 1, the wrong price. He's drawn 3, Eldon up 57.5. Big runner and actually worth a little bit of a bet at 14 to 1, there's no doubt. I'm tipping at 5, 1, 12. The Zitzman Westhuizen horse with only 51.5 on his back, on her back. She's got to be a runner. And then the 4 to finish up the quartet.
That'll take us along to race number 4, which will be the opening leg of the all-important Pick 6. And Grant, just having a look at this contest over 2,200 meters, you take it away because there's a whole host of runners here, and I'm not going to try and get clever in race number 4.
Yeah, it's not easy to get clever here. I'm going for the Richard Fourie factor here. When it gets to these staying trips, he seems to outsmart the rest of his opposition. There's no doubt about that. If they go too slow, he loops, and then they panic, and you know how it is. I really do think he's a big runner. Puerto Plata, the 7 horse, I think he's actually going to be very, very hard to beat over the 2,200 meters. and I am tipping him first. The horse Military Man, number 11, having his third run after a break, will really enjoy the step up in trip. Now drawn at 1, you probably could go from gun to tape here. Schwandermath, very, very solid form. Got to be a runner, and a horse like Crimson Comet enjoys the 2200 meters as well. This is going to be right down his alley. Open kind of a race. I'm tipping at 7, 12, 11, and 15, Sheldon, but you know, you can add in. I see there's been a bit of money for number 6, Nothing Else Matters, the Gavin Smith horse. That's probably got to go in the pick 6, as well as a horse called Walt Whitman. Unfortunately, he's drawn out wide, but he will enjoy the 2200 meters. Very, very tricky race, as I say, 7, 12, 11, and 15 for me.
Right, let's move along to race number 5, and this will be contested over a distance of 1,000 meters. And just looking at the runners, number 1 is Havana Grey from the Alan Greef stable. Once again, the Richard Ferrie combination. And that number 1 draw, despite the 62 kilograms on the back of the Daughter of Heavenly Blue, she must have a good each-way chance.
Yeah, 100% Sheldon. Right race for this filly. You know, when she won on the poly from a good draw. She went to the front and never saw her again. And I think Richard from that draw doing exactly the same thing. I think she's definitely worth a bet at 3 to 1. Jade's Cabernet, her biggest danger. 5 furlongs might be on the sharp side, especially from a 10 draw. She likes to run from off the pace, but I don't think she's going to be able to make it up on Havana Grey on Friday. Havana Grey, a strong first selection. I'm tipping at 1, 3, 7, see you in a bit, and the 4 Project Runway.
Next up, race number 6, and we'll be looking forward to this November Stakes. Open, non-black type, no allowances. It's over a distance of 1,400 meters. And when you look at the best weighted column, number 1, Bingwa, well ahead of the rest at a 118. Then number 3, Lunar Halo at a 111. And those are the top 2. Let's kick off with number 3, Lunar Halo. Now, she's a 9-time winner. We saw a horse called Night Warrior, 8-year-old, become a 9-time winner during the week at Hollywoodbets Greyville. So Lunar Halo could become a 10-time winner on the day.
Yeah, 100% Sheldon. Very, very good filly. Very, very good over 1,400 on the poly as well. Richard Ferrie up once again. Pole position, 1 draw. Going to be very, very hard to oppose. I do like both fillies in this race. Passchendaele, number 6. Very, very decent filly, off 102 merit rating, good draw, loves the poly track as well. She's going to be the biggest danger to Lunar Halo. And then the likes of Bush Tracker and Bingwa. Bingwa, I'm not too sure how he's going to go. He hasn't been in town very long, but I know his runs in Johannesburg, he doesn't seem to get himself in the race. And with the pace that we go on our poly track, he might be caught lacking early on and then running on late. But Lunar Halo from Passchendaele, Bush Tracker and Bingwa.
On to race number 7, which will be contested over 1,300 meters. And just during the week, we were having a couple of chirps and a couple of jokes about the commentators in America, Isi Vungu Vungu. Horses like Konda Eko Kanyezi, Ikembula Besi Basane, that would give them a go for their money.
Yeah, 100%. And then you don't vote AF Jala Jocko as well. That's another one that really gets them going. So, yeah, lovely race. The filly's definitely got a chance. She's back end of quartets, 3rd, 4th around there. Flower Festival holding solid form, but she is held by Marshmallow, who won a very, very good race last time out. Solid front runner. She's drawn out wide. She probably have to use herself a bit, but she's going to be a very, very big runner. Cliffy's got his yard in super form at the moment, and I expect her to be right on top of them, if not win. Rainbird as well. Donald Geerson, I think congratulations to him. He's now a fully fledged jockey. I hope it goes from strength to strength with him. He's got to be there and thereabouts. He won a very good race last time out and has won on the poly before. I'm tipping at 7, 5, 4, and 3, Sheldon.
7, 5, 4, and 3. That's for Grant. As we move along to the penultimate race, race number 8, which is at 16:25 over a distance of 1,300 meters. Grant, just having a look at race number 8, where do we start?
Yeah, it looks like an Alan Greef kind of a race. I've tipped him in the first 3 positions. This filly, Call to Glory, has done absolutely nothing wrong since she's got here. She's won 2 very, very good races. Superbly well-bred filly. and I expect her to win and win comfortably again. I'm not concerned about the draw. She comes from off the pace. The pace is going to be on. Strange Magic, the stable companion with Sunny Lekati up, got to be a runner. Will enjoy the 1300 on the poly. And then the other three, of course, the Concerto's also got decent enough form to be competitive there. I see there's been a bit of money for Sun Spectacular. I do feel from that draw she needs to drop a couple of merit rating points before she can be competitive, and then the likes of Carbon Copy, who's been jumping up and down in trip, it's got to have an outside quartet chance. But I'm tipping it 9, 2, 10 and 3, Sheldon.
We'll move on to race number 9, which will bring down the curtain. And looking at race number 9, the distance 1,300 meters. A big field has been assembled. Let's kick off with number 1, Legal Thriller, the Global View, who won last time out, beating Cruiser Door. They'll once again lock horns together. But unfortunately, draw 15.
Yeah, Sheldon, he's drawn on the grass and Cruiser Door's running on the poly. 61.5 draw 15. Richard will have to be at his absolute best. It's going to be extremely difficult. There's a turnover of the weights as well. I've gone for Cruiser Door. All of a sudden at 6 years old, he's found his form. He's holding his solid form as well. So I'm hoping he can pick up his next win. The likes of William the First, he's been a little bit off, but there was a glimmer of hope last time out. He's got a decent draw as well. He's got to be there and thereabouts. And then the 15 Absolute Noir from the Emmanuel Cackness yard, the 8-year-old horse with Jason Gates up 16 to 1. He's got solid form as well on the poly, and he's a horse that's also the wrong price and probably a very decent place bet, as well as one of the roving bankers in the quartet with the likes of Cruiser Door. I'm tipping at 5, 2, 1 and 15, Sheldon.
Well, there's Grant Paddock's race by race selections. We're now going to move on to the suggested bets for the day. So Grant, take it away.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. Our best bet, race 1, number 9, Haphazard. The value bet, race 3, number 5, He's a Goal. And the suggested bet, the bipod goes as follows. We open up with 5 and 8, by 1, 5 and 12, by 7, 11, 12, by 1 and 3, by banker 3, by 4, 5 and 7 for 108 Rand.
And then looking at your best bets, Haphazard, hopefully that'll come through with flying colours, and the value bet as well. So thanks very much, Grant, for all the input and the hard work you do. The punters and each and every one out there, really appreciate it. All the best and have a top day's racing.